Do you guys know about Pain and Gain?
Painted Game.
I know
Mark
about the movie with
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, I think.
All right,
true story.
So this is how it worked out. What's his name? Who we just mentioned? Whatever.
Mark Wahlberg.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay goes to the families. It's like, hey, listen, I think it's time that we made a movie about the situation. And they're like, dude, you made Transformers. No, I don't want you to make a movie about this. He's like, no, it's going to be great. You'll get some residuals, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no. He's like, well, fuck you. I'm going to make it into a dark comedy with fucking Mark Wahlberg and The Rock.
Dark comedy with The Rock. Yeah.
That's a real story. That was a real story.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine you're like dealing with some shit, and they're like, you know what, dude? Kyle, we're gonna make a movie about your life. You're like, I really don't want you guys to deal with that. I'm like, come on. And they're like, oh, we're gonna fucking make it a slapstick comedy with I don't know, fucking Ben Stiller. You know,
I'm reading the script. I'm like, I shit myself on page 2.
Yeah,
page 2.
Ben Stiller or Jim Carrey's in those.
I'm down. Oh, I'd be okay with Ben Stiller. Actually, I got to talk to Ben Stiller a few times. He's a really nice guy.
Really?
Yeah, he was a fan of the videos, and he was really intrigued because so his people got in touch with Kitty, and then they set up this phone call between me and Ben Stiller where he was just asking what my deal was, like
that circles back to the access thing that I was trying to explain with Drake and Ninja, right? Like, no, Ninja didn't help out Drake. Maybe he helped him win some games, and that's it. But like, when you're Ben Stiller and you like FPSRussia videos, it can be like, you know what, guys, make that happen. Get him on the phone for me.
Yeah, it was super helpful too because his production company, he has his own production company called, I believe, Red Hour Productions, and so he made them available for us. Anytime
you know, you should have done. You should have been like, is Owen there? Is Owen Wilson there? Can I talk to him?
I think Owen Wilson just had gone through his suicide attempt, so that probably wouldn't have been a good idea at the time.
I'm a fan of yours, Ben, but I'm a huge fan of Owen Wilson. So what kind of stuff was he asking you, just for example? Like
he was asking if I was actually Russian. He was asking who was writing my jokes. He was asking why I was doing this, how I got the guns, that sort of thing, where I actually was. So that was all really flattering, especially when somehow he thought that I had a writer. Right. So it was really cool to talk to him. I went out to LA a couple times to his production studio. He was not there, but I met with like his team of people, and then they got me in touch with like a sister company and turned us on to a lot of big money deals. Like
that's awesome.
There was a few movies that I did videos for. There was one where it was about Navy SEALs. I don't even remember the name of it, but that was a huge payday. And I'm pretty sure that was because of the connection that Kitty had made with Ben Stiller that led to the Red Hour Productions, that led to the company that produced whatever that movie was. It was about Navy SEALs doing stuff. And then I made a video about Navy SEAL weapons or something like that. I don't really remember.
But basically, you just made I thought for a second you were talking about like helping coordinate a gun stunt, but you mean like making the video and then saying, also, my friends, check out Navy SEAL in theaters May 7th, 2004.
Yeah. I literally play clips from the movie that hadn't been released yet in the video. Right? I'm
gonna throw you back right now. Do you guys remember Gorilla ads?
Gorilla ads.
No.
Oh, that was a full screen thing where they'd send you a movie clip and you got to like introduce the movie and put the clip, but you'd get a $50 CPM.
I
got that.
Was that the one with that Yaush guy or something? Do you remember that?
I remember that. Blast from the past. Everybody's like, I'm going over to Yaush. And I'm like, oh, have fun. I guess.
Right.
I wasn't part of Yaush, but I somehow was part of their ad network or something for like getting a CPM on top of mine. And they paid out based on your views. So the way it worked was like they had this budget, and I'll call it $4,000 or something. And then whoever like got the views first would get paid until it hit their budget and it would stop. And I wasn't part of Yaush, but I was part of the network, like to fill that inventory.
Yeah.
And they kicked me out after like 2 ads because I was getting a lot of views at the time. I would get like 200,000 views. And
You like favorite and make it autoplay when anybody visits.
no,
the
it was
channel.
it wasn't powerful enough to do that too much, but I get 200,000 views a video and I'd upload 2 videos a day. So I would just suck up their revenue and then no one else would make any and they kicked me out. So that was
No, in the video I did, it was I got to go out there and watch the movie long before it came out in their screening room at their studio, and then talk to the guy who ran the studio, and then they gave me like a ton of clips from the movie, and the whole idea and the way that we integrated movies into my videos was like, look, I'm not going to do a fucking advertisement for you where I just stand there and talk about how good your movie is. Like I have to integrate it into what I'm already going to be doing anyway. And so we found like clips from the movie where they used a Law rocket launcher. I was like, all right, well, let's go get a Law rocket launcher. And like we show a clip from the movie where a guy shoots a Law rocket launcher, blows up a car. So I shoot a Law rocket launcher and blow up a car. And then we found a clip where a guy like does that sneaky thing where you're underwater and you slowly stand up, no blink, and like shoot. And what happened was like a sniper shoots a bad guy and some guy comes out of the water and catches his body so it doesn't make a splash and like takes him below. Well, of course, I don't have a team of Navy SEALs, so I have to do both jobs. So like I fire the sniper shot and you see like the bullet with a tracer hit a mannequin down the way by a pond, and the mannequin falls over, and then we cut to me in frigid, like 35-degree water, coming up and catching it and then going down below the water. That was the most awful thing we ever did. That was awful. I've never been so cold in my life.
You're like, one take, okay, guys, let's get this.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, like I get in the water, I get soaking fucking wet, and I'm looking at my cameraman. And I'm just like, all right, listen, I'm hyperventilating. Listen, I only want to do this once. All right, so you stand there. I want you wide angle. You do a slow pan and zoom down to my face. Get my eyes. We're doing this fucking once. Don't fuck this up. Go. And I go down below the water. and we, to their credit, we did only do it once. But the end of that video, the part where I sign off, normally I'm standing in a field. I'm in the truck with the heater on, shivering, like going, well, that was fun, my friends. Be sure to check out the movie and have a nice day.
This has been FPSRussia.
I was so fucking cold.
People are like, Russians don't get cold. This is falling apart.
I had to pretend like I wasn't cold. That was part of it. I think somebody behind the camera even said that Russians don't get cold. And I'm like, fuck you.
Fuck you, Steve.
You know it's an act.
Yeah,
he's back there. He's like, these fucking mittens are making my hands warm. Damn.
I was wearing these like ATAC pants. They were like some new pant that just had been introduced to the armed forces or something like that. I don't know how I had gotten them. Some contractor had sent them to me, but they hold water. So like as I'm getting out, like my pants are full of water up to my knees, and it's just, that was the worst day ever. I hated that. It was worth it, but I hated that. Yeah, real well. But I hated that.
Topic?
I would do that.
Yeah, we changed something else. What you got?
AMA question from the page.